Channel. My name is Scott Mendenhall. So glad you're hanging with us today. We got some special things happening today, if you can't tell. We're at Sea Life Aquarium at the Mall of America in Minnesota. Spectacular place to be. 2, I'm gonna tell you the story of an outcome for me qualifying for the Boston Marathon in yesterday's race at the Twin Cities. If you're brand new around here, would you subscribe to our channel? We tell the best stories of raising 7 kids, doing life in the tundra of Minnesota, and everything in between that. Thank you so much for being with us today. This is gonna be a great adventure today as we get to see creatures like this.
I'm so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Posters covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter. Not working out for me, yeah. Got no money on my mind. Tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the tricks you tell me. Keep myself.
The trick of the day is not to just tell you the story of the marathon yesterday, but also to keep track of all these children that are over my shoulder as we are here. This is so much fun. You get to see all these amazing creatures. The complaint right now is the water's super cold, but I have no control over that. It's gonna be awesome. Right behind me is a camera where these little kids can see down below in the water, which is pretty cool. You get to see all these stingrays and a baby shark and a few other creatures. I don't know what they are, but they're down there. We haven't even got into the aquarium yet. We spent the last hour right here at the entrance. We should just go home now. So yesterday, we ran the Twin Cities Marathon. We, as in my brother-in-law Jay, he's back over there. We towed the line to qualify for Boston, which we had to run a 3:14 marathon. That's 3 hours, 14 minutes. We had to do that. I showed up after puking all week long. Oh!
Yikes. That's a lot of vomit.
This is why I got into this business.
If we don't lose a kid in this darkness here, that's gonna be very impressive. It is straight darkness in here, and there's 16, I don't know. We should probably count how many kids we got running around here. Cool, but kind of freaky. This is the only available light in this room. Cool. You can change the color of the jellyfish by pressing a button right over here. That's why it's changing so rapidly, because Inspire over here is pressing the button. Greatness, what do you think? Is this pretty cool?
Red.
It's red? Now what color? I did mention that we homeschool our kids. We have 7 kids, and my wonderful wife is the one that homeschools. And today at Sea Life is a homeschool day. That's why we're down here with 3 other families with all of our kids. All these kids over my shoulders are homeschoolers. Not ours, but they are homeschooled. Why do we homeschool? You're probably like, answer that question before you get into the marathon talk. Why do you possibly homeschool 7 kids? Because we want to be the loudest voice in our children's life. And we also have looked at, 8 hours a day, they're in a classroom setting with someone else, where those could be 8 hours that we spend with our kids. Now, this is not a video on telling you need to homeschool your kids. You do what you need to do for your family to be successful in the way you want to be successful as a family. The things that Holly and I would value in our family are time. We want to spend as much time with our kids before they turn 18 and move out, or maybe 30 years old and they move out.
Many young men who should be able to move out simply can't. It's called failure to launch.
So here's the plan. All right, we're gonna blow out the east wall of my bedroom, enlarge the bathroom, basically turn the entire upstairs into a secondary master suite. So there's room for the both of us and the both of you under the same roof. What do you say?
I'm not understanding. You want Paula to move in here?
Yes! It's the perfect solution. Mom, Dad, you like her. Paula, you like them. We're all gonna be right here together under one roof, a big happy family. I'm telling you, I'm getting really excited about this.
Whoa, wait just a second. Take a deep breath here and
Trip, I just think that we should probably talk about this just because it's a big idea. And
Honey, I've given this a lot of thought. All right, it'll work.
But we want to spend time with our family, so we are always setting up an environment where we spend the most time with our kids, pouring into them so that we might be the loudest voice in their life at the moment. And this could change. At some point we could go, okay, we're in a different season of life, so homeschooling doesn't work for what we want to achieve in our family. Homeschooling is definitely not for everyone. This is not a homeschooling vlog where you should homeschool if you... But there are tons of benefits. Now, it's more consuming on the parents to do it, and you feel you gotta manage the feelings of, man, I'm not doing as good as a public school, or are they learning? There's a whole tension to be managed there as parents, but we think that again, we parent with the end in mind. We think about where do we want our kids to be at 18, or even at 30. We want our kids and our family to want to be a family at 30, not living together out on some ranch. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but that's not our goal. Our goal is that they want to come back at Christmas and at holidays, and they look forward to doing life with themselves. But it has to be taught now. And so that's why we homeschool. The lighting is not the greatest in the aquarium. Hopefully you can see just on the other side of the aquarium, our kids are hanging out in the aquarium. Their heads are standing up in there. I need one of these in my house. You know, you gotta always experience what the kids are experiencing. I don't think this is built for adults. This is the inside. So hard to see. This is really tight quarters inside this thing. This is what the kids are just standing in. It really reeks. Children are stinky. Children, the audio in here, echoey. This is what it's like to be underwater, filming. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here before I puke. This is gross. Scenery cool, stinky. Mom, shower your kids. So this is Jay, this is my brother-in-law. This is the guy that ran the Twin Cities Marathon with me. I don't think you can hear us in this tunnel. So we'll think, but he ran the Twin Cities too. Look at that! You need to see this shark though. It's like we're in Finding Nemo.
I don't get it.
Look at all these sharks swimming over my shoulders. Look at that, right there.
When I get a picture of that, but I can't.
Why?
Because it's sleepy.
What is it?
A big turtle.
You like the turtles? What do you think of all those sharks swimming over you?
Awesome. I got a video of it. I'm like this.
That is so cool. Look at this one right here, right above us. I have been trying to tell you the story of towing the line for the Twin Cities Marathon. happen, and it did. Good stories. However, both Jay and I, we fell apart at one point. Mile 10, I was holding a pace for the Boston Marathon qualification, and then not having eaten until about Thursday, the wheels came off, which is okay. It's okay that the wheels came off because of the story that ensues, because I wanted to quit every step. I wanted to quit. My body hurt, I was getting dizzy. Just wasn't the day I expected, but however the outcome was, I finished what I started. Yes.
Alligator bar.
Oh yeah, wow. Ep, what do you think of this place?
Awesome.
What makes it awesome?
The sharks. I've never seen a shark in my life.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So we say a lot of times here on our YouTube channel, every setback is a setup for something great to happen. You just gotta stick around for the end. A lot of times we quit when it gets hard, and that's really for me what yesterday's marathon represents. Is it got hard at mile 10 for me, mile 12 got hard for Jay, and the question was, do you quit? And we're always faced with that. Do you quit? Do you give up in life? When parenting's hard, do you quit? Do you give up? The question is, will you take one more step further and not quit? Because the results that you have are all on quitting or not quitting.
You have this picture of the way it's going to look. So the race yesterday kind of had expectations. It was going to look a certain way, and it didn't look that way. I think that's just like life. And I think what you learn about that is life is really in the mess. It's like we try to avoid the mess. We try to always have this perfect picture. But the reality is the mess is where we grow. The mess is where we build great relationships. We learn about each other, and we get through things together, which really makes life pretty meaningful at that point. So yesterday the race was just another opportunity to say, man, I don't want to do this. Didn't look like I thought it would. But at the end of the day, it was putting one foot in front of the other and figuring out how to just find a way to keep moving. And at the end of the day, it's a pretty proud accomplishment at this point, even though I'm walking kind of funny.
Machines, as from a parent's perspective, they're a nightmare. They get my money at the last second, or today they're taking her poor money. She's trying to disperse. She's like the bank for this sea of children. Hey, did you catch what I was saying there? Aurora, who is, hey Aurora, how old are you? 7. Aurora is 7, and she was giving away quarters to everybody else. That's called generosity. That's impressive at 7 years old, giving away money. This is impressive right here. Just a pause in Sea Life here to point out generosity at 7 years old. Well done, Mom and Dad. Well done. They are going through the gift shop as sharks so they don't take anything. Genius. We all have setbacks. We all have different things that are the setbacks for us. The thing is that they look different, and so we think that we convince ourselves it's unique to me. I have this setback that no one else. No, we all have setbacks. The difference is, are we going to keep moving forward in the messes of life, or are we going to stop and be paralyzed by that? Don't be paralyzed. You got to finish the race. In parenting, at your work, wherever you are, you've got to finish what you started. That said, we gotta go catch up with the rest of the crew because we've left all those ladies with a lot of kids trying to feed them. Thank you. You do the same. One dilemma, we now have a bag that says lids. and nowhere to hide that. How are we gonna hide that from Silas? We didn't think that one through, did we? Oh yeah, here we go. We securely, that doesn't look odd at all. It doesn't look like you have a tumor back there at all. That looks straight normal. Silas will never catch that.
I guess we're gonna have to buy a sweatshirt or
you
backpack.
can see the blue back.